Valentine Encarnacion, an MSW student at Morgan State University. Depression, or major depressive disorder, also known as MDD, is one of the most common and serious mental health problems impacting today's youth. In urban communities where many young people are exposed to social, economic, and environmental stressors, depression has become a major concern. MDD is characterized by a period of at least 2 weeks, which an individual experiences 5 or more symptoms, with at least one being a depressed mood or loss of interest or pleasure. Symptoms include significant weight or appetite changes, sleep disturbance, psychomotor agitations or slowing, fatigue or loss of energy, feelings of worthlessness or excessive guilt, diminished concentration or indecisiveness, recurrent thoughts of death or even suicidal ideation. Prevalence of depression in urban communities in the United States has reached alarming levels. As of 2021, an estimated 20% of children ages 12 through 17 have experienced at least one major depressive episode. Rates were higher for females at 29% compared to males at 11%. Among high school students nationally, 40% have reported feeling sad or hopeless almost every day for at least 2 consecutive weeks, and 20% seriously considered suicide within the past year. In Maryland, the 2022-2023 Youth Risk Behavior Survey reported that 36% of high school students felt sad or hopeless almost every day for at least 2 weeks in a row. While this marks a slight decrease from 2021, the numbers remain high, particularly for certain groups. In Baltimore City, rates of adolescent depression remain amongst the highest in the state. According to the 2021-2022 data from the Youth Risk Behavior Survey, 40% of Baltimore high school students reported feeling sad or hopeless for 2 or more weeks in a row. 20% have seriously considered suicide, and 16% have actually made a suicide plan. Research constantly shows that females experience higher rates of depression than males during their adolescent years. They experience social pressures, body image concerns, and gendered expectations. And Black and Hispanic youth in the urban environments report higher rates of persistent sadness and hopelessness compared to the white youth. A culturally competent treatment plan for adolescent depression includes a goal of maintaining or reducing depressive symptoms by lowering depression scores by 50% within the 8 weeks and engaging at least one social activity for 4 times per week. Interventions for this goal can include weekly CBT therapy, focusing on negative thoughts, and developing a structured activity schedule and tracking participation. Secondly, we can work on improving the child's school engagement and academic performance by attending school at least 90% of the time for 6 consecutive weeks and completing 75% of any missed assignments within 1 month. Interventions for this can include collaborating with school counselors to create attendance incentives and emotional support check-ins, while also implementing an academic success plan with daily homework routines and reinforcement. Thirdly, the child can work on strengthening their coping and emotional skills by using at least 2 coping techniques and identifying 5 common triggers and 3 positive responses. Interventions can include teaching the child coping skills and reinforcing through daily monitoring logs, as well as practicing positive self-talk strategies during therapy sessions. A 4th goal can include developing healthy daily routines by following a consistent bedtime routine 5 nights a week and engaging in physical activity for at least 90 minutes weekly. Interventions can include creating a bedtime plan and encouraging participation in different recreation programs. Lastly, the child can work on building positive relationships and social support. They can work on meeting at least one trusted adult per week, as well as participating in one extracurricular activity weekly. Interventions for this can include building connection through the school or mentoring programs, as well as referring the child to different after-school or community-based organizations. The Headley and Yancey text emphasizes that practitioners must look beyond traditional westernized therapy models and instead should include a holistic, community-centered, and culturally grounded interventions that respect the social realities of the populations that we are serving. This can include recognizing how race, ethnicity, gender identity, and socioeconomic status influence access to care and the ways in which symptoms are expressed and experienced. We can ensure to understand the client's cultural context, as well as integrate strength-based and community-oriented practices, as well as incorporate Afrocentric and holistic models, and use system-oriented and family-based interventions, and lastly, by applying evidence-based modalities through a cultural lens. Thank you for watching.